Here we go with question 4, part C this time of the 2022 AP Calculus AB free response section, calculator not allowed. I cover each one of these pieces A, B, C, and D in their own little video because each one of them is kind of its own little individualized concept. So if you want to see any of the other ones, feel free to watch the other videos. This one on C here is talking to us about using a right hand Riemann sum with 4 subintervals indicated by the table to approximate the value of this integral here. Whenever I need to do a Riemann sum and I've got a table of values, the first thing I do is I really just come over here and I write it out in terms of a number line. I just find it a heck of a lot easier to read the data off of a number line compared to a table. It's just, sometimes little things like this on an AP Calc test can really help make sure you don't drop a sign or do something silly. So pulling off the x values, I come and label off my number line. So I would say 0, 3, 7, 10, and then 12. And then I come back through and I label the y values that go with each of those x values above them. I know we're talking t's and r prime of t's, but these are really the same as x's and y's. So then I put my y values up above them. So 0 goes with negative 6.1, 3 goes with negative 5.0, and so forth and so on down the rest of the line here. And then I come in and I label out, I call that area 1, that'll be area 2, that'll be area 3, and that'll be area 4. One of the things that does is just kind of make sure that I did everything properly and I'm checking that I've got 4 subintervals because I've got A1 through A4. Now I do what I just kind of call my assembly line process. So this is A1 equals, A2 equals, A3 equals, and then A4 equals. What we're doing with the area on a Riemann sum is we're doing the area of a rectangle, right? So the area of a rectangle is base times height. The base is always what they refer to when you're doing this before as your delta x usually. Again, I know we're not talking x's here, but you are probably more comfortable seeing that notation than what we would do here. So the base is the gap between our x values. So I come through and I grab that gap. So my base on this first gap, that would be a base of 3. The base on the next one, that would be from 3 to 7, that's a base of 4. From 7 to 10, that's a base of 3. And then from 10 to 12, that's a base of 2. And again, that's why I like doing it on the number line. It kind of makes it easy for me to see all of that. Then the height on all of our rectangles are going to be whatever the y value is for that specific gap. Remembering that in this situation, we are talking about right-hand sums. So looking through my options right now, starting with A1, I've got a left side and I've got a right side, and I want the right sum, so I'm going to grab that y value, so negative 5.0. On A2, same idea. I've got a left side and I've got a right side. I want the right side, so that would be negative 4.4. On A3, same game. I've got a left side, I've got a right side. I want the right side, so I grab negative 3.8. A4, same idea. Left side, right side. I want the right side, so I'm looking at negative 3.5. Now from here, we're just going to multiply these things out to get our values. And, don't you love it when you're on the calculator not allowed section and you see these decimals that you're going to have to multiply? What this is telling you, if you don't have your old school multiplication skills down, you need to make sure you do before you hit up this test. So 3 times negative 5 is easy. That's going to get us negative 15. Then we go to 4 times negative 4.4. Doing that old school, that would get us negative 17.6. 3 times negative 3.8, again, you got to do it old school. That would get us negative 11.4. And then 2 times negative 3.5, that's going to get us negative 7. So then at the bottom here, I go ahead and I put this addition sign. So I'm going to be adding all of this up. That's going to get me my approximation from 0 to 12 of r prime of t dt is going to be approximated by adding all that up. So I'm going to add that up and put that down here. And again, old school, situation, you got to make sure you've got your skills together. So adding all of those up, we would end up getting out of there 32, so negative 51 when all is said and done. So then the answer on this would be negative 51. So when we look back at sort of where would we get our points on this, setting up your pieces here, that's kind of 1 point, and then getting your final answer out of here, that's a second point, and so those would be our 2 points that we earn for part C. Thanks for watching my video. If you liked it, please click that like button and subscribe, and also share it with your friends and anyone else you know who might be crying about an upcoming AP Calc test. You can find more videos from me, more sample AP Calc questions, and my complete AP Calc study guide over at my website, apcalcprep.com. Have a great one.